As you know, my friends, we've been exploring Vedic philosophy and modern science, both at the same time, to understand the deeper nature of existence. Vedic philosophy is all about subjective experience, because that's what we experience subjectively. All experience is subjective. And then a deeper analysis of that subjective experience. Modern science is all about objective measurement based on subject-object split, and also you have to be able to measure everything that we call the objective universe. But do remember, objective universe is an interpretation, and the whole of science that talks about the objective universe based on a model called naive realism. The picture of the world is the human look of it, etc., etc. I've talked about naive realism. Very practical, very useful for creating technology, including the one I'm using right now, but perhaps hiding the fundamental truth about reality. So today I want to explore something very interesting in current science. If you read, say, Frank Wilczek's book or any amazing book on quantum mechanics or fundamental reality, then the most fundamental principles or behaviors of reality are referred to as spin, charge, and mass. So these refer to the behavior of particles. Particles are human concepts for modes of knowing and experience in the human mind or human awareness. But nevertheless, their most fundamental behavior is referred to as spin, charge, and mass. In Vedic philosophy, or I might even use the word Vedic science, the fundamental activities of nature are said to be the three gunas. Gunas means qualities of existence. So today I want to raise a very interesting question, which is, what if the ancient sages were describing something that modern physics is also trying to understand? Not in the same language, not with the same instruments, but perhaps with the same wonder. In Vedic philosophy, all of nature, all of Prakriti, as it's called, nature is referred to as Prakriti, is woven like a tapestry from three fundamental qualities called gunas. Gunas, qualities of experience. Tamas, Rajas, and Sattva. Tamas is inertia, heaviness, darkness, stability. It's the quality that resists movement. It gives form, its density. The second guna is Rajas. Rajas is activity, motion, desire, friction, transformation. It is the quality that moves things, transforms things, agitates them, sets them into relationship. And then the third guna is Sattva, clarity, harmony, luminosity, balance. It is the quality that reveals, orders, and makes consciousness transparent to itself. So now for a few minutes, please indulge me and let us play with an analogy. In physics, matter is also described through three fundamental properties. A particle may have mass, it may have charge, and it may have spin. Mass gives resistance, it gives weight, it gives inertia. Charge gives interaction, attraction, repulsion, exchange, transformation. It makes particles responsive to one another. Positive charges repel each other, negative charges also repel each other, positive and negative attract each other, etc. So that's charge. Spin gives a subtle intrinsic orientation, a kind of order, a pattern of identity built into the particle itself. So, metaphorically, we might say mass is like tamas, charge is like rajas, spin is like sattva. Tamas says, I remain. Rajas says, I move and I relate. Sattva says, I reveal the pattern. This does not mean that the gunas are physical quantities. I said that earlier. They are not measurable in a laboratory. They belong to a different order of understanding, experiential, metaphysical, contemplative. But the analogy is beautiful because both systems suggest that reality is not made of dead stuff. Reality is made of qualities, tendencies, relationships, and patterns. A stone or a rock has tamas. It rests, it endures. A storm has rajas. It moves, disrupts, transforms. A storm has lightning, which is fire, rajas. A clear morning sky has sattva. It reveals, it illumines, it allows us to see. And within us, the same three qualities are always at play. When we feel dull, heavy, resistant, or asleep to life, tamas is dominant. When we feel restless, ambitious, passionate, anxious, driven, rajas is dominant. When we feel clear, peaceful, compassionate, and awake, sattva is shining. The spiritual path is not about hating tamas or rajas. Without tamas, nothing could take form. Without rajas, nothing could transform or evolve. Without sattva, nothing could become conscious of itself. The art is balance. Too much tamas becomes stagnation. Too much rajas becomes agitation. Sattva harmonizes the two, allowing stillness and movement to serve awakening. Perhaps this is why the sages did not describe the universe merely as an object. They described it as a dance, Shiva's dance. So, a dance of stillness, movement, illumination. Mass, charge, and spin belong to the language of physics. Tamas, rajas, and sattva belong to the language of yoga. But both invite us to see reality as patterned, relational, and mysterious. And when we look deeply enough, the outer universe and the inner universe begin to mirror one another. The same forces that shape stars also move through the mind. The same intelligence that holds atoms together also breathes through your heart. So the next time you feel heavy, restless, or clear, pause. You are not separate from nature. You are nature becoming aware of itself. You are the gunas in motion. And beyond the gunas, say the sages, is pure awareness itself. Silent, unchanging, free. And that is who you are. Lord Krishna, speaking to Arjuna as pure consciousness, as Nistraya Gun Bhavarjun. Go beyond the gunas, Arjuna, and then you will know who you are. And you are the universe in all these qualities. Tattvamasi. Aham Brahmasmi.